Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you a review of the Bugs 2W. It's a 1080p drone that is quite fast from what I've seen, and I'm really excited to check it out. It has a unique look definitely to itself, GPS, a lot of cool features. But let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing and take it outside and fly it for you. Here's the box, very simple. You notice right there's a GPS. I do have the red one here. There is another color that's black. The Bugs 2W, this is the W version of the Bugs. There's two different ones. There's the Bugs 2 regular and then the W, which is Wi-Fi. It does support 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Just make sure that your device supports the 5 gigahertz, otherwise you won't be able to connect at this speed. 1080p Full HD up to half a kilometer, and it has a 1 kilometer distance with GPS. Brushless motors, 2.4 gigahertz two-way to be able to drop down to it if your phone doesn't support 5 gigahertz, and of course 1 key return. So real quick explanation of what we have here is we have GPS for the aircraft to be able to locate itself, 1 key return, as well as IOC intelligent orientation control to be able to understand which position you're in if you're using it as headless mode or in regular mode. Low power automatic return, the beeping will start as soon as it's actually in low power, barometer altitude hold, and then lost contact automatically return. So if you lose contact directly with your device, it will stop and return back to the last GPS recorded location that it started off. Bottom of the box, if you open it up, just be careful. The remote is positioned below the opening, so you get a full-size remote. We have controls, of course, the little display giving us indicator of the information on this. The antenna is built in. We do have a little LED light here. 4 buttons on the top left, on the right, be able to take off and land, lock, GPS, home locking, as well as take in picture, and of course to be able to initiate it and start, and then doing some trim settings here. You can turn on and turn off GPS and headless mode on the right side. So turning on headless mode, as you know, basically disregards the orientation of the device and basically will match whatever you're going forwards and backwards. It doesn't care which one it is. I like to fly directly knowing as line of sight. I usually prefer that, but headless is very easy to turn on. And of course, GPS turning on and off. In case you do have bad weather and you're having a hard time locking onto GPS, you can turn it off. My recommendation is to fly with GPS so that return home works fine. We do have a couple of feet here that you're able to position it to have it stand, and it is powered by 4 AA batteries that are not included, so you do need to make sure you mount those, and it is screw locked. Provide us with a few with 4 additional blades. We have 4 that are originally already positioned. They're installed here. Let's go ahead and turn it over. The box contents is very simple. We do have the little propeller tightening option here to be able to tighten it. As I mentioned, we have 4 of them already installed. We get a screwdriver, some extra gaskets, and that's going to be what you're going to use to be able to screw in the batteries into the other connector. You also have a little tripod mount that's going to be used for your phone, so it snaps on, and then this actually just clips to the remote. It doesn't actually need anything else. There's a little bit of a lever here, so that's going to be how we position, and then of course it expands to be able to hold your device. I've been able to use it with the Note 8, no problem. We do have a little power hub here, only charges 1 device at a time, connects via the wall charger that we have, and it does come with the US plug. Plug in this in directly in here on the side, and you'll be able to plug in your battery. The battery is pretty much a proprietary battery. We do have the connector directly to the drone and the connector to be able to charge it. So you just basically connect it here, and you'll notice there's a green light here because the battery is fully charged. If the battery was drained, you would get a red light. Plug it into the wall and let it charge. When you're using it, you do need to tuck this piece in here, as this does not connect to the drone, and this will fit in. And this is an 1800 milliamp battery. Now, looking around, the motors are very nice. We have some LEDs here built in to be able to just get you the lights set up. The camera is a single front-facing camera, and it does not go in any other direction. Now, the actual drone does not come with a micro SD card, so this is something you want to be aware of. I am going to be using one of my SD cards. This is a Class 10 SD card. Since it's capable of 1080p, Class 10 should be enough. And of course, what we have here essentially is just a vent to be able to keep it cool. The fans are very nice. Battery fits exactly as you'd expect. Just put it in. Make sure that it faces the actual connectors. So you have the little orange connectors, yellow to yellow actually, not orange. And once you have it in, you'll hear that little beep, and then make sure you position or close the door so the battery sits. So here is the actual drone. You'll notice right there, those are the lights. It's going to basically need to be calibrated every time you're flying it. There is an application on the Google Play Store called the Bugs application. So this is what it looks like when you turn it on. It says Bugs. You can go under Help and go. And then once you pair it via Wi-Fi directly into the actual drone, you'll be able to configure it from here. You have the ability of going on camera, video, pictures, turning on the ability, turning on the controls or not, and then of course Wi-Fi, and then you can go back. And then 3D view, if you do have like those 3D glasses, the cardboard from Google, you'll be able to mount this directly in there and use this as a heads-up display type of a connection. I'm outside here at the park. We have the Bucks 2, the battery. I have my Note 8 mounted directly using that little mount that I showed you guys to the controller and the battery. So I've already bound them together. The bounding process is pretty simple. It's explained in the book. All I'm going to do right now is just go through with you guys on the calibration process that you need to do every time to calibrate the compass, and then you should be ready to be able to fly. So let's go ahead and do that right now. The battery is pretty simple. It works pretty much the same way if you've ever used, let's say, a DJI Phantom 3 or something like that. Plugging it in, you get that little audible feedback like I showed you guys with the hands-on, and there's a couple of beeps right there. Lock the battery casing in the back so you make sure that you don't lose the battery in there in the middle of a flight, and then put it right there on the ground. And on the actual controller, you just need to turn it on. You're going to hear a big audible tone. You'll notice that little green light. There's the indicators here for the GPS as well as the battery level. So I already have full battery here, full battery on the actual drone. What you get here essentially is just the controller to be able to get the battery levels and everything here. So what we're going to look here is we're going to need to set the calibration here. I don't know if you guys can see it. The lights are blinking. So what we're going to need to do here is do 1, 2, and then 3. And you'll notice right there that the lights started to blink in green now. So at this point now what we do is face down, do the same calibration, 1, 2, 3. And the colors that you need to look at the end are red on the front and green, slight yellowish green in the back. That pretty much tells you that you're set and you're ready to go. And all you need to do at this point is turn on our phone. And it's actually facing us right now. So it's not recording, but it is definitely working. And what we have here now is a connection. So let's, at that point, is just go down, left. And you'll notice that little flashing green light right there. That's the gyro, and we just calibrated everything else on it. Solid green light, solid gyro, and all we need to do now is turn on the propellers. So what we need to do is just go down in. There we go. So you notice the motors are on, but it's not flying. So all I did right now is just turn it on. Shut off the propellers, hold the joystick down for a few seconds, and they're pretty much set. Now, you'll notice there's a number 7 here. This number 7 tells me that I'm used now. Right now we have 7 GPS location locked. Obviously, it's gonna go higher as I fly it. Now I'm up to 15 satellites, which is pretty good. That's exactly what I want. I have strong signal on the controller. I'm gonna go ahead and push the lock. The red button on here that I showed you guys on the controller turns the motors on, and at this point I'm just going to push the takeoff button. I'm going to step back so I can let it fly out. Surprisingly very fast for a Wi-Fi drone. It actually has a very good level of maneuvering. The few things I want to mention to you guys, as you guys saw with the video, you do need to calibrate it every time you use it. So you have to do the spinning around and making sure you get the lock on the actual drone with the color green, so you actually get green on all 4 legs. Otherwise, it won't fly. And of course, in pairing mode, you do only have to basically bound the actual remote, the controller, to the actual drone once initially. So go through the instructions for that and for that process. But once you have it bound, every time you turn it on, just turn the drone on and then turn the controller. They'll connect, do the calibration, and you're ready to fly. The quality of the picture is very, very nice. I have to say, at 1080p, it records very well. You are able to see the blades in the video, so that's something you want to be aware of. Be mindful whenever you're using this with your phone of the position of the camera so you can get the best footage that you want. Of course, if you get it really steady or actually positioned in the right spot, because it has the altitude hold, and actually start doing a pan shot, you should be able to get a much better footage for if you're trying to do some of those like at a time lapse or just trying to get some really buttery smooth pictures out of it. Other than that, I'll give you guys a link in the description below to be able to pick one up for yourself. Again, this is the W version of this. There's 2 different versions of it. There's the radio controlled as well as the W. The Wi-Fi means it is connected via Wi-Fi to your device, and it needs to have that constant connection. If it loses it, it will come back home. That's one of the main benefits of it. But other than that, I'm really excited about this. Let me know what you guys think before. If you've used Bugs before, or have you used the Bugs 2, the standard version of this, I'll be really interested to see what you guys think. So thank you very much for the support. I'll see you guys in the next video.